Hello, Bricks to Build here, a name that I'm sure many of you have not heard for a very long time, but I wanted to make this video to announce I am going to come back to YouTube, just building a few builds here and there, my LEGO Transformers, everything I'm working on. I've been working on them for the last few years, coming up with little additions here and there, and so yeah, I'm just going to start uploading whenever I come across something. That being said, I thought a good video to start with for my return would be a rebuild of my most popular Transformer that I ever built, Hellmobile. Hellmobile's alt mode remains a school bus, hence the name Hellmobile. The biggest thing I wanted is that even though I was pretty happy with his alt mode previously, his robot mode really left a lot to be desired, and that was the main thing I really want to work on. That being said, I do really like how this newer version of the school bus turned out. It's incredibly similar to the old one, missing or I should say not missing, but it's a little similar. It's blocky, basic, similar to what you'll see on a school bus, although let's just say the robot mode encompasses a lot better. In terms of lore, the new lore that I've created for this character is that he is actually an assistant to Shockwave. He works basically as a poacher that goes out and captures organics for some of Shockwave's experiments. This whole plot or lore point ended up coming up purely from the fact that I could not figure out how to make a certain transformation part work without parts forming, so I incorporated the parts forming into it. What happens is that right now he's on a mission to capture human-sized animals. So he'll be here driving around Earth in his alt mode, and then if he sees a potential subject, let's say this little dude here. Let's just put him to the side for now. This whole back half actually comes right off. So then you can put the rest of his bus here. And this has its own transformation. What it'll do is sides fold out like this. This goes up like this goes here. Down like that. And then what this is meant to be is meant to be a remotely controlled jetpack. So Hellmobile will be wherever he is, and then he can control this. And how I imagine it is that this guy's standing here. Might be a little bit hard to do with the camera in the way, but if you can imagine, this would fly up, kind of fly around the person, and then I need to get this open. I haven't done this in a while. The camera's a little hard, but imagine it flies down, catches him like that, and then boom. Catches around, and now he's got a little containment crate. And as you can see, the little dude is actually stuck in there, and he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna get anywhere out there. And then all you can do is you just post this crate. Alright, I had to play around with it a little bit, but as you can see, the back is now on there. You can't really see him too well, but believe me, the minifigure, he is in there, even though we can't see him. Let's get on to transformation then. So once again, you're just gonna remove the crate, just like that. See, there he is, he's stuck in there. Gonna come to here, and you're gonna wanna come to the bottom. You're gonna want to rotate these parts down like this, and then right here it's just going to separate like that. Same thing on the other side, and then there's this ball joint here, or a ratcheted joint, that's just going to go down as far as it can go. Come back down here, these parts rotate like this. On this part, 3 clicks, yeah, 3 clicks, and those rotate and become his big stomping feet. Same thing on the other half. And there's his bottom half complete. And we might as well fold out the head while we're here. So all you do is just pull this up, fold the head out, pull that, turn the head, and then just for the halves right here are just gonna fold out like this. There's a part on the back that folds out like this. That goes like that. This whole half forms down, and now I can see as he's got some pretty darn big shoulders. So we're gonna take that and just fold it back. There's one arm complete. Then we do the same thing on the other half. Rotate it. There he is like that. Arm down. Boom. And just get them all situated. Situated good so that he doesn't fall down. And there's Hellmobile in his robot mode. Now, I don't think it takes a lot to see that this mode is really where the majority, the vast majority of the robot mode or of the design improvements go. I'll slap a picture up in the actual finished video of what this guy used to look like before this upgrade, but dang, he's just so much better. I'll get back to this after, but he's just smoother, he's cleaner, he's just a huge improvement. He's got more articulation, instead of just those awkward stumps with the rotating feet on the body. He's actually got, he's got the thighs there just like he did before, but he's also got a decent bicep, doesn't move the furthest back because of the wheel there, and yeah, full foot articulation. Arm is like this, got this rotation here. The head can, of course, rotate back and forth, but yeah, I just really like the way this guy's robot mode came out. The back's a little awkward. Again, I'll get there in a second, but in general, this guy's just a huge upgrade compared to the old one. Now, I said I would get to his back. Let's get back to that. Back. Now, he doesn't technically need this. As you saw, he can fully function with his containment crate just sitting next to him. But that's not his default mode, because obviously to have his crate just have to sit around like that would be kind of annoying. So it's actually designed that what we can do is if we just drop my dude out like that, this part's going to fold down. Sorry, this folds up. It folds in like this, just like it was before. You're going to want to angle these roughly like that. And then there's going to be this white part here, which represents the safety escape on actual school buses. However, in this version here, it plugs into this gray part right here. Line it up. And now it becomes a pair of Bumblebee-style wings. Now, if you ask me, I think his robot mode looks even better with these. It just cleans up his back a whole lot. And the whole funny thing is that this whole gimmick came from the fact that I just had a hard time moving this whole assembly from the back of the bus to where it sits here. But I ended up coming up with something that I'm pretty satisfied with. Again, I mean, Hellmobile is, he's one of those classic characters that I created a long time ago because I hadn't seen many school bus characters. And he ended up becoming a huge success. That video has, last I checked, I believe about 8,000 views. So people really liked him. And I hope you guys will like this version too. But yeah, I'm happy to report I'm going to be coming back to YouTube. Just periodically, anytime I do something, I make something proper, I'm just going to come onto here and I'm just going to post them for you. But there has been a look at my first new build under this new era of the Bricks to Builds YouTube channel. I look forward to having you guys on the trip with me for the rest of it. But yeah, this has been Bricks to Builds, and I'm out. I'll catch you in the next one.